Alright, so guys, we are back in my style. I will let you guys know what I'm up to. I am doing, what is this? This is a journey. Now, this particular transmission, guys, don't panic. A lot of people fuss at me about this, but you don't have to. Depending on what you're doing. I guess they think it doesn't look like an overhaul if it's still on the jack. But depending on what my goal is, I can repair most things with the transmission on the jack. You know, as you can see, my transmission table is got stuff on it. So I don't really need a table to do what it is I'm about to do. Now, I had a P0868, okay? That tends to stand for line pressure low. Okay, now here's the ports. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say I checked the pressure, but if you ever need to check line pressure, guys, here are the ports. You can do it electronically or manually with the gauge. I'm not sure what this could be the port for reverse, park, first gear. I don't know. That's all in the book. Or you can read it electronically via pressure sensor. There is a line pressure sensor on this car that gives out a numeric reading that's supposed to let the tech know how much pressure the computer's seeing. Okay, but this is not an electrical issue. This is a hardware issue. I'm losing pressure because of something in the inside the transmission. So I have a pump I'm about to put in it, and I decided to disassemble the input clutch assembly. And I did find a lot of seals. In fact, let me go show y'all my disassemble the input clutch assembly. All right, and as far as I need to go. So there was no need for me to remove the transmission off the table. See what I'm saying? So depends on what you have to do. Yes, if you're doing a complete overhaul, you need to be on the table, scattered out, and remove all the pans and do what you need to do. Now, I will change the filter and the fluid net, of course, but I can do that with the car transmission in the air. All right, so that's what I'm doing. In fact, let me go show y'all the input clutch assembly, what I got building over here. Alright guys, here's what I have. I had to use somebody else's table, but here's what I have. I got it disassembled, guys. I have all the clutches out right here. Clutch packs are not burnt. A couple things you want to look at. Yeah, this is black by design, so it's not burnt. A couple things you want to look at when you're dealing with stuff like this, especially low line pressure. And I had a bump in first, second, and third gear. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 41TE, but the underdrive seal, the underdrive clutch pack is always engaged in first, second, and third. I want to say, I can't memorize it, but here was my main problem, guys. Pretty much, this is the overhaul. If you're ever inside of 41TE, do yourself a favor and replace this. This takes a lot on this transmission is dependent on a proper seal between this hub right here. This is what clutch pack is in this area is the underdrive clutch pack. Okay, so if you have high CVIs in, let's say, second gear, I mean, you really need to tear it down. But based off my experience on building these, this little joker here always flatlined. If I took it off already, but you can take your fingers. It's supposed to be a lip seal. This is a lip seal. All right, it's supposed to seal between here and here. So when fluid comes out of here to fill that clutch pack up, if the fluid won't hold, you would have all kinds of shifting problems. You take your finger and go up like this, don't feel any lip, and that's with this in place. That just means this is flatline, worn out. Okay, it's a shame all of that is riding on this seal. So no matter what you do as far as servicing your transmission, keeping fluid and filter change, if the seal go, the transmission has to be entered into. Here's my new one. Okay, yes, nice good lip seal. When I put that on there, that lip is going to be hanging out right in this groove the way it's supposed to. You will feel it, and that will assure you that it's going to seal properly. These are new. I replaced these. I'm replacing the hub seals. Here's all the seals I took out. So I know this stuff by heart now, so I can just lay it anywhere. But yeah, I got a new piston seal somewhere right here. So tomorrow I gotta go get some transmission lube Guys, always put lube on these seals before you install them. And I'm about to go to a press machine because this spring right here, it's going to have to be, once it's inside the whole hubs assembly, it's got to be compressed using this. This sets right here, you compress that down, and it's going to be held in place by snap ring. Okay, that's why my snap ring pliers over here. So yeah, I do these in my sleep now. They're fairly easy, but I just want you to know, if you ever inside any one of these 41 TE or 62 TEs, it's the same setup as a 62. This seal, do not proceed without replacing this seal, guys. Never, ever, ever. Okay, because this car, I don't care if you got other issues. I don't care if you're just doing a torque converter. This transmission is out, period, point blank. Go inside here and get this seal. Now you don't have to disassemble all this to replace the seal. Just remove the piston. And there you'll be right at the seal. But a lot of this transmission success. I'm sorry, this is the truth. I hope engineers listening. Well, they're done with this transmission. They're not making any more. I've seen this transmission in the last 2020 Dodge Journey. Yes, 2020 model. Now keep in mind, this is a 4-speed transmission. But torque rating 41 TE. Okay, 4 represents the torque. No, 4 represents the speed. So it's a 4-speed transmission. 41 TE transfers 41. 1 is the torque. Okay, so it has a torque rating of 1. That's because this underdrive clutch pack torque rating of 1 gonna give you 4 discs and 4 steels. This has 3 discs and 3 steels. So this is a 40 TE. Okay, 40 TE. All right, pretty complicated. Don't try to memorize this stuff. But I'm gonna finish this off tomorrow and get that back in. And we're gonna go from there, guys. So alrighty, guys, real quick, they told me my parts are down here on the vehicle. Oh yes, some nice, good, brainless maintenance work. Keep in mind the goal behind maintenance work, guys, we're trying to prolong the life of the vehicle. So from time to time we need to change some fluid. I got some coolant flush here, rear differential, oil filter. And the thing about this oil filter, as far as the oil change go, let me show y'all this. Y'all see this cap? This vehicle takes 0W20. Okay, this is a Gen 3 Pentastar engine. All right, no, it doesn't use 5W20. This takes 0W20 fully synthetic. All right, so yeah, trying to prolong the life of the car. They figured they'd get tune-up is not due yet. Tune-up due at 100,000 miles. I don't think this vehicle have 100,000 miles yet, and it's not four-wheel drive, so there is no transfer case to service. All right, yes, and we already rotate and balance the tires, they're in alignment. So now comes the coolant flush, rear diff, oil change, help prolong the life of the car. Guys, I advise you to stay on top of your maintenance. All right, that's all I have.